This is a scene from Spider-Man Homecoming.
Case. A minor upgrade. Whoa! Oh my god!
Put it on.
What this is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Let's go.
Whoa, who's that new guy? Oh, that's me. I gotta go. Hey, everyone.
And this is a scene from Spider-Man No Way Home. Both moments show Peter getting an iconic suit, but they couldn't be more different. In one, he's handed cutting-edge technology built by a billionaire genius, recruited to fight half the Avengers. In the other, he's stitching his own suit in a tiny apartment, preparing to protect a city that doesn't even know his name. It's at this moment that we realize something surprising. For 6 years, the MCU wasn't skipping Spider-Man's origin. They were building towards it. When Tom Holland entered the MCU, we met a Peter Parker who already had powers, already had a suit, already had a mission. And the moment Tony Stark showed up, giving him tech, advice, and an Avengers-level platform, it felt like this Spider-Man was completely different from the ones who came before. He had AI drones before he had a sewing machine. And for years, fans felt something was off. For years before his debut, fans dreamed of having Spider-Man share the screen with the likes of Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, and such. But when that dream finally came true, there was one thing that many viewers didn't like. The MCU gave us a Spider-Man who was more like Iron Man Jr. Peter has a high-tech suit, complete with Jarvis-like AI, lots of modes, features, communications equipment, even an instant kill mode. This led to him looking much more like Iron Man than your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And this was most apparent in Spider-Man Far From Home, where he was given access to high-tech Stark equipment. In this film, Peter is overtly compared to Iron Man. At one point in the movie, he was even asked if he was the next Tony Stark. This feels wrong. Like Tony Stark, Peter Parker is intelligent and resourceful. However, putting him in these powerful positions was a far cry from the Spider-Men of years past. While they were also resourceful, their strength came from their skills. Their tragedies were more personal. Toby and Andrew's versions were shaped by deeply personal tragedy, loss they caused, choices that forced them to grow up. But MCU Peter, he fought aliens, went to space, saved the universe, all with backup and billion-dollar tools. The losses he did experience, Tony, the blip, weren't tied to his choices. They weren't born from his failures. And Spider-Man's story has always been shaped by failure. Uncle Ben dies because Peter didn't stop the man he could have stopped. Gwen Stacy dies in Peter's hands because he wasn't fast enough to save her. Even in the comics, the biggest moments of Peter's life, Captain Stacy, Harry Osborn, the broken relationships, the missed opportunities, they all come from mistakes he can't undo. But in the MCU, Peter keeps getting safety nets, instant kill modes, do-overs, backup help, guys in the chair, and it's almost like the heads at Marvel Studios felt this way too. Because eventually, they decided to make a little movie called Spider-Man No Way Home. Everything that used to prop him up is gone. The privacy, the tech, the public trust. But even stripped down, Peter is determined to fix things for the people he loves. And in that desperation, he makes the most Peter Parker decision possible. He tries to solve everything without sacrificing anything, and it backfires catastrophically. He brings in villains from other universes. He puts his friends in danger, and ultimately, he loses the only family he had left, Aunt May. And in her final moments, she gives him the line that every Spider-Man learns, but always at the worst possible time. With great power comes great responsibility. Suddenly, something clicks for him and for us. We're not at the end of his story. We're at the beginning. On the rooftop, when the three Peters talk about their own tragedies, our Peter learns something essential. May wasn't just a guardian. May was his Uncle Ben. She was the one whose death was tied to his choices. She was the one who shaped the man he becomes. And after all the multiversal chaos ends, we're left with a Peter who has lost everything: his friends, his support, his safety net. For the first time in the MCU, he is truly alone. And then we reach that final scene. Peter walks into a run-down apartment. No Stark tech, no connections, no one to remember him. He pulls out a sewing machine, and when Peter swings out of that tiny New York apartment, in a suit he stitched himself, with no mentor, no AI, no safety net, we aren't watching the end of a trilogy. We are watching the beginning of Spider-Man. Thanks for watching. This is Knowledger. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.